In the swamp of Oak Island, searchers have discovered a 500-year representation of what may have looked like. They have found part of a wall that matches an ancient map from the 1300s, hints at Templar treasure, or even a dam built to cover something huge, possibly a secret vault. The location is at the top edge of the swamp, where many strange things have already been found, such as tools, wood, rocks, and other items. The timber they pulled out was not just any random hunk of wood, it was a solid 12 in wide piece that looked like it was placed there on purpose. Just as they were clearing the muck, they noticed a glint of metal wedged right beside the wood. This isn't just any random hunk of wood. It matches old treasure hunter stories, especially from a guy named Fred, who always believed a wall was buried up there to keep secrets in. As more stuff was found, giant boulders appeared, arranged like someone wanted them there for a reason. If someone went through all that trouble to build a wall and then throw big rocks around in order, they must have been hiding something huge, something worth keeping safe, or even something worth dying for. The team started cleaning the area off, trying to make sense of what they were seeing, and the deeper they went, the more it looked like a design. More digging revealed layers of packed dirt sitting on top of smooth-cut boards, water-stained planks that had clearly been shaped by tools nails that looked hand-forged. This was not random, but rather a man-made trick. The deeper they went, the more it looked like they were peeling back layers of time like pages in a history book made from mud and wood every time they lifted something out of the ground. Under the puzzle, a thick, heavy section of timber with squared edges matched old drawings and maps, suggesting that the swamp was made on purpose, like covering treasure with a blanket of water and weeds. If that wall was part of a dam, it might have blocked water to shape the swamp just right. The place started feeling like a hidden construction site, a place where secrets could be kept forever. The story revolves around a mysterious swamp where a massive structure was once built and then buried, possibly a tunnel, vault, or boat slip. Theories about the purpose of this digging have been circulating, with some suggesting it was planned by pirates hiding loot from the crown, others questioning if it had ties to ancient groups with secrets to keep. The swamp is covered in layers of mud, and hard-packed ground, which took time to settle. The team began to uncover strange shapes, beams, logs, and smaller pieces that appeared to be parts of a trapdoor. The wood turned up, resembling an underground room or edge of one. As the tools began to ping off solid rock beneath the wooden layer, excitement shot through the group. They started mapping out the area, marking spots where the strange layout repeated every mark on their charts. They found a coconut fiber, a structure hidden deep underwater and mud. They checked old maps, reread journals of past diggers, and tried to match what they found with drawings from centuries ago. Some of the wood they found lined up almost perfectly with old legends, suggesting a hiding spot had been built near the north part of the swamp. Fred, a prospector, believed there was more to the swamp than just mud and bugs. He thought that a man-made dam or wall had been built to keep secrets buried. Now, after years of digging, the secrets might be ready to show themselves. The swamp is filled with stone ramps, smooth patches, pieces of wood stuck in strange places, and what looks like roads. This place doesn't look wild anymore, but it looks like a construction site. One chunk of wood was found pinned against a rock, not...
However, the situation became truly thrilling when they unearthed a brooch and what at first appeared to be a multifaceted ruby. In the Season 5 finale, the stakes were abruptly elevated to an entirely new level when the possibility of discovering a precious gemstone on Oak Island kept viewers on the edge of their seats. Incredible discoveries. Gary Drayton had this jewelry examined by a gemologist, and the revelation was nothing short of astounding. What they had mistaken for a ruby was, in fact, a hand-cut rally garnet set in silver. What was even more astounding was that the estimated date of this gem was the 1500s or 1600s. This semi-precious gemstone was not only a valuable discovery, but the most valuable treasure the Lagena team possessed. Following that, which was previously unearthed, the gold-plated brooch was featured in Season 6, specifically in the premiere episode. The discovery in Rick's Big Bang Theory was a genuine game-changer, and it filled the audience with anticipation. Gary Drayton and Rick Lagena are on Oak Island near the residence of Daniel McGinnis, one of the earliest treasure hunters from the 1700s. Using his dependable metal detector, Gary Drayton receives a promising signal. As their anticipation grows, they begin digging, and lo and behold, a jeweled brooch. This was their second such find, following a garnet brooch they discovered in the previous season. Seeing red, the excitement continued in the 6th episode of the following. According to Lutheran Brain, the brooch's threaded technique estimated its age to be no later than the 14th century, notwithstanding the glass gem. It was a remarkable jewelry item with a lengthy and enigmatic past. However, the real revelation came when Dr. Krista Bro and Dr. Xiang Yang, employing an electron microscope, identified a gold component within the brooch. This revelation was a genuine epiphany, whereas the gem itself may have been a little bit disappointing. The brooch that was encircling it was discovered to be an authentic treasure of Oak Island artifact. Next on the list is the hand-painted pottery featured in episode 14 of season 8, titled Fire in the Hole. This particular discovery captivated viewers intently, as it offered a glimpse into the enigmatic workings of Oak Island. To provide a brief synopsis, archaeologists Miriam Amiro and Dr. Aaron Taylor embark on an expedition to decipher the parameters of a stone pathway that potentially holds the key to unlocking the island's secrets. As their investigation progresses, they fortuitously encounter a remarkable handcrafted artifact. Upon further inspection, they discover pottery fragments adorned with vibrantly colored designs, painted by hand in red, blue, and green hues. These exquisite fragments provide insight into a long history of human activity on Oak Island, a mysterious location shrouded in mystery for centuries. What makes the discovery of these colorful pottery pieces along the stone pathway that the team is laboriously attempting to investigate even more intriguing is that they were not found as isolated finds. Rather, they were discovered while following a breadcrumb trail of hints. Lastly, gold was unearthed in episode 2 of season 9, titled The Gold Medal of the Curse of Oak Island. This find captivated Oak Island enthusiasts. The Oak Island team laboriously sorts through the spoils unearthed from tedious holes in the money pit area. It's a laborious process, but they eventually come across a piece of metal that could be precisely what they've been seeking all these years. They transport this metal specimen to an archaeology laboratory. The most intriguing aspect of this metal fragment, which is composed of numerous elements, is that approximately 0.07% of it registers as Au, the chemical symbol for gold. This is a game changer.
Since 2006, Rick and Marty Lagena and their partners have been exploring Oak Island in an effort to find a unique treasure. They have also researched the work of treasurers. They were preceded by hunters such as Gilbert Hedon, who excavated the Hedon shaft in the 1930s. Hedon thought he was digging in the money pit, and they thought that by precisely pinpointing the shaft, excavating, and identifying the corners, they would find another clue that would help them locate the money pit. The Freemasons, who have taken part in attempts to solve the Oak Island mystery, are among the most fascinating groups interested in it. Freemasonry's beginnings can be traced to Europe in the 17th century, when brilliant thinkers and intellectuals established a covert organization to seek spiritual enlightenment. The Freemasons were a highly ritualistic group dedicated to improving men's lives, and they concealed their secrets through esoteric symbolism. Instead of merely vanishing from society, the Knights Templar, an old and covert institution, transformed into Freemasonry. Like the Freemasons who came before him, Gilbert Hedon may have fled to Oak Island because he was certain that Templar treasure was hidden there. One clue can be found in the actions Gilbert Hedon took when he concluded his search there in 1938. He never lost hope that something was buried there, but he ran into financial difficulties in his personal life that prevented him from continuing the hunt. At that time, he leased out his right to hunt for treasure to Professor Irwin Hamilton, a brother Mason who was probably aware of the lost treasure of the Knights Templar. Some researchers point to Hamilton's communications with another well-known Freemason who also had a keen interest in Oak Island. Overall, the mystery of Oak Island is still being investigated by researchers and Freemasons. The mystery surrounding Gilbert Hedon's discovery of the treasure of the Knights Temple is being intensively investigated by the Oak Island team. Since rediscovering the Hedon shaft, which they believe to be near the original money pit, Irwin Hamilton and Franklin Roosevelt's team have carried out additional excavations in the area. In 2020, they discovered an interesting artifact, a hand-forged rosehead spike that may have been made before the 1700s. This finding suggests that humans were engaged in some sort of activity long ago. The spike was noteworthy and deep in the money pit as well, since it resembled the mysterious artifacts in that it seemed to be encased in cement. The Oak Island team decided that they would have to continue digging close to the head and shaft after discovering something in 1897 that inspired Gilbert Heaton to dig in the same location. The team's objective is to locate D11, the center of the money pit, which is outside the head and shaft. 3 wells near this potential con location have tested for valuable metals through water testing. Craig's brother will stick with the money pit until he discovers the treasure because he is also interested in it. As a human being and participant in the quest for answers on Oak Island, Gilbert Heaton was immensely creative in his methods and was captivated by the idea that every action a person took may contribute to the mystery's resolution. HDN thought that each shovelful, bucketful, and metal detector ping was a step that would help unravel the enigma. Gary's nephew Alex is a master in metal detection. In the northern part of the swamp, Gary Drayton and Billy Gart are getting ready to start excavating near the enigmatic cobblestone road. They are near the coast and are aware that there has been a lot of activity there. They discover a log embedded north-south, large timbers running east-west, and rocks on top of one another. Dr. Spooner, who examined the paved area, stated that this is not typical in nature. Rick, his nephew Alex, and Drayton think that the answers in the swamp will confirm that this may have been a multi-generational attempt to hide something on Oak Island. Rick is excited for Tom to investigate the enigmatic wood and stone feature that was discovered only a day ago. The log, which is at least 14 feet long and rests beneath a massive root structure, given how much work it takes to bring those large logs out here and the fascinating rocks in a row beneath Billy, Tom thinks it was most likely not done by them or their father. The first log that was discovered is well made and consists of 2 parts, platform logs that sit on top of the carry logs and carry logs that support the structure. Many of these logs are running in this direction, and there is another one there. The purpose of the purposeful layer of stones that Alex saw at the bottom of the dig is unknown, although it would be quite heavy. Elle finds it strange, but they now have enough for Dr. Spooner to provide a thorough assessment. They intend to invite Dr. Spooner in and collect organic samples that may be traced back in time to ascertain precisely what transpired here. In brief, the plot centers on Rick, his nephew Alex, Gary Drayton, a metal detection specialist, and Billy Gart, who are searching for clues regarding a mysterious cobblestone pathway in the swamp. They are eager to find out more about the enigmatic structure and the possible solutions it may contain. Because of its uncanny resemblance to the Masonic symbol known as the all-seeing eye, the Oak Island team named the mysterious circular formation they found in the triangle-shaped swamp the Eye of the Swamp.